welcome all to the very first installment of Any Watch Will Do. My name is Ross, and for the next 5 minutes or so, I'll be your host as we delve into the world of indiscriminate watch collecting. We'll take a look at everything from Timex to Tudor, should I ever get my hands on one, and we'll always have an emphasis on best bang for your buck. We may even take a look at some of those more affordable brands that you don't see as often on YouTube. So for now, sit back, grab your favorite glass of scotch or whiskey, because when push comes to shove, any watch will do. Hey everybody, welcome to Any Watch Will Do. My name is Ross, and today we're going to talk about one of the most popular watches from one of the more popular modern watchmakers. That's right, the Orient Ray II, specifically the Blue model. This is the follow-up to Orient's very popular Ray I with some enhanced features as well as some new ones. We'll take a look to see what this watch all packs in for an under $200 price point. Before we get started, a quick wrist check. On my wrist today is the Aragon Professional Diver. These watches are awesome. If you had a chance to pick one up, or actually two up at the Black Friday sale, you were very lucky. They are still running their Cyber Monday sale. I suggest head on over to Aragon Watches and check out their inventory while supplies last. Let's take a look at the Orient and see what we got. So let's take a look at the Orient Ray II. First thing we can see is that it does come in a fairly substantial box. Not overly large, as seems to be the trend with a lot of the new watches, but definitely capable of taking care of the watch on its journey from where it originated to your wrist. As we open the box, we see our first glimpse of the Orient Ray II. Shiny, very pretty watch indeed. It comes on a nice pillow. The inside of the box, has everything that you would expect from a mid-level watchmaker. We'll remove the watch for a second, and we can see underneath we have an instruction manual, probably some warranty information, things like that. All of that would come out of the box. And that's what you're left with. Let's take the watch out of the box and get a better look at the Ray II. So right off the bat, you'll notice this is a gorgeous watch. Fit and finish on it is just really nice, in my opinion. Loving that matte, but yet still sunburst effect on the dial. Just gorgeous. All the indices are lumed along with the pearl at the top of the bezel. Sword hands are lumed. Even the second hand has a tiny little touch of lume to it as well, along with that cool little red tip, which I think looks really sharp, just sweeping around that blue dial. My first impressions, the watch itself, 41.5 millimeters, so it's some would say understated a bit. It's not large like some of your Citizens and your Aragons, things like that. To me, it's still small enough to wear almost as a dress watch at times. The color lends it to that as well, I think. Thickness is 13 millimeters, so again, I think personally it's not going to have a lot of problems sliding under the cuff of a dress shirt, especially if it's a French cuff. But some people may disagree with me on that. Stainless steel case. The lug width is 22 millimeters, so if you would like to put it on a NATO or a leather strap, or even just replace the bracelet, plenty of options out there for that. Bracelet itself, stainless steel. Nice Orient engraving on the bottom here. Mine has a little bit of desk rash, and it's a little gunky. I wear this watch a lot, actually, and I'll give you a little bit more of an in-depth review here in a bit, which is also kind of a testament to the toughness of this watch. Bracelet, good quality bracelet in my opinion. We do have some push pins in here as opposed to screws. But still, it's just a nice bracelet overall. I apologize for some smudges and scratches there, but I think you get the idea. The crown if we can get that to focus. Good luck on that. The crown is engraved as well, which I think looks pretty cool. There we go. Hard to see, but we do have a cool little etching, I should say, rather than engraving on the crown. Case back, very cool with the two dolphins on the back engraved. Again, you know, mine is a little gunky. This is a work watch of mine. But I think you get the general idea and aesthetic of this watch. So let's get into some specs real quick. One of the cool things about this watch is that it is 200-meter water resistant. So it is, in essence, a true dive watch. One of the reasons that's important to me, I'm a chef, so I use this a lot in some very wet scenarios. Okay, lots of dishwashing, lots of you know, in and out of steam type areas. So this watch has held up to that very, very well. It has a power reserve of 40 hours, which is great. It's got a Japanese made in-house movement, 22 joules, 6 beats per second. It is hacking and manual winding. I do love both of those features. You know, something that it does have up on some Seiko models as well. The movement itself is an Orient caliber F6922 automatic self-wind movement. Great little movement. On average, you can expect, you know, 15 seconds per day discrepancy there. Unidirectional 120 click bezel. Pretty good. It doesn't have any play at all, which I like. It lines up nice to the indices at the top. You know, there's a slight little bit, you know, that it is off just a tad, but you know, compared to some other watches I've seen, I don't have a problem with that at all. I think it looks pretty darn good. Sword-shaped hands, I think, look very sharp as well. It is a mineral crystal glass, so be prepared to do some buffing and upkeep on that. All in all, though, at $140, I don't think you can really ask for more. This is a great watch, in my opinion. So, you know, definitely check it out. Let's get a look at the Lume here and see what that looks like. As you can see, the Lume on this is ferocious. It is really, really nice. It activates after being outside for literally just maybe 30-40 seconds, and you walk back inside to a dark room, you are going to be lit up like a Christmas tree. I like that it is on all the indices on the sword hands. You can see it on the second hand counting around there, and that pearl up at the top of the bezel looks sharp as well. Lume so strong, in fact, that it even lights up the date window, which is nice as well. Very, very nice bit of Lume work here from Orient on this watch. All in all, I can't say enough about the Orient Ray II. I feel at the price point that I bought this at, which I believe was right at about $130, $140, I got way more than I bargained for, honestly. It holds up really, really well. The crystal, even though it's a mineral crystal, I have yet to scratch it, and as I said, I work in a professional kitchen, so this thing has all the chance in the world to get scratched up, dinged up, and just in general messed up. The water resistance is fantastic. I have it in and out of heat all the time, steam, ovens, down into dish pits, back out into the freezer, you name it. I have put this watch through it, and it stood every test. The Lume is fantastic. I really, really love this watch. As I said, the profile on the wrist to me says that I can wear it out as a sport type watch, but I can also slide it underneath a cuff, wear it as a dress watch as well if I want to. Thank you everybody for tuning in for the very first edition of Any Watch Will Do. Again, my name is Ross. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you got a little bit of a takeaway that may help you with a purchase in the future. Check us out next time when we're going to be taking a look at the Vostok Komandierski, one of the cheap models that you can get from Vostok that I actually really enjoy. So we'll take a look at that as well. Thank you again for tuning in. Hope to see you next time. And remember, when push comes to shove, any watch will do.